Day 256, I'd better be off. In this dialogue, Julie indicates she needs to leave work to attend to personal responsibilities by saying, I'd better be off. Mike asks for clarification on the phrase, and Julie explains that it means it's time for her to leave. This conversation demonstrates the use of a common English expression to politely announce departure. Here comes the dialogue. Julie, that was a long meeting. Are you heading out soon?
Yes, I need to pick up my kids from soccer practice. I'd better be off now.
I'd better be off? What does that mean?
It means I need to leave soon, or it's time for me to go. I have somewhere else I need to be.
Got it. Sounds like a busy evening for you.
Indeed, it always is with the kids. How about you? Any plans after this?
I'll probably just head home and relax. It's been a packed day.
That sounds like a good idea. Take it easy then.
Thanks, I will. Drive safe, and I hope the kids had a great practice.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. See you tomorrow.
See you, Julie. Have a good night. Day 257, you mean it? In this dialogue, Jane expresses surprise upon learning about Kevin's plans to move to Spain, using the expression, you mean it? Kevin asks for clarification, and Jane explains that it's a way to confirm the seriousness of his statement. This conversation showcases how expressions are used to convey interest and seek affirmation about significant news. Here comes the dialogue.
Kevin, I heard you're planning to move to Spain next year. Is that true?
Yes, I've been offered a job there. It's a big change, but I'm really excited.
Wow, you mean it? You're actually moving?
You mean it? What does that mean?
It means, are you serious? Do you really intend to do it?
Ah, yes, I'm serious. I've already started preparing for the move.
That's amazing, Kevin. What will you be doing there?
I'll be working with an international tech company as a project manager.
That sounds like a wonderful opportunity. How did you land that role?
A recruiter found me through LinkedIn. After a series of interviews, they made an offer.
It must be so exciting to think about living in Spain.
It really is. I'm looking forward to the adventure and the warmer climate. Day 258, I stand by it. In this dialogue, Jane defends her controversial proposal at work using the phrase, I stand by it, prompting Mike to ask for its meaning. Jane explains that she remains committed to her idea despite others' doubts. This conversation highlights the importance of conviction and support for one's ideas in a professional setting. Here comes the dialogue. Jane, your proposal for streamlining our production process has caused quite a debate.
Yes, I know it's a bit radical, but I stand by it. I truly believe it will save us time and money.
I stand by it? What does that mean?
It means I support my proposal and remain committed to my point of view despite the opposition.
Got it. Can you explain how it would specifically benefit our production line?
Sure, by automating part of the assembly line, we can reduce manual errors and increase output.
That does sound beneficial. What about the initial cost?
The initial investment will be significant, but the payback period is just over a year due to the efficiencies we gain.
That's a strong argument. I think it's worth considering seriously.
Thank you, Mike. I've also prepared a detailed cost-benefit analysis to help everyone understand the impact better.
Please make sure to share that with the team. It will help in making an informed decision.
Will do. I appreciate your openness to new ideas.
Day 259, would you put in a word for me? In this dialogue, Jane asks Mike for a favor regarding a job application by using the phrase, would you put in a word for me? Prompting Mike to ask for clarification. Jane explains she's asking for a recommendation or a mention to support her application. This conversation shows the role of professional networks and personal endorsements in career development. Here comes the dialogue.
Mike, I heard that your department is hiring for a new project manager. Is that right?
Yes, we just started the search. Why are you interested?
Actually, I was wondering, would you put in a word for me? I'm really interested in that position.
Would you put in a word for me? What does that mean exactly?
It means, could you recommend me or mention my interest to the hiring manager? It might help my chances.
Of course, Jane. I'd be happy to. I know you've got a great track record with these kinds of projects.
Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate it. I believe my experience could be a good fit for the role.
Definitely. Just make sure to submit your application as soon as possible, and I'll let them know you're interested.
I'll do that today. Do you think there are specific skills they're looking for?
They're particularly interested in someone with experience in digital transformation.
Perfect. That's exactly my area of expertise. I'll highlight that in my application.
Sounds like a plan. I'll talk to the hiring manager and tell them to keep an eye out for your application. Day 260, he got his just desserts. In this dialogue, Jane informs Kevin about a coworker, Tom, who faced consequences for unethical behavior, using the phrase he got his just desserts. Kevin asked for clarification, and Jane explains that it means receiving the appropriate punishment. This conversation highlights the importance of fairness and accountability in the workplace. Here comes the dialogue.
Did you hear about what happened with Tom in the finance department?
No, what happened?
He was finally caught submitting false expense reports. He got his just desserts.
He got his just desserts? What does that mean?
It means he received the punishment he deserved for his actions. It's based on the idea of fairness and getting what one is due.
I see. That's quite serious. How did they find out?
They audited the expense reports randomly and noticed irregular patterns in his submissions.
That's unfortunate, but it sounds like justice was served.
Yes, it's important to maintain integrity in our work. It sets a precedent for everyone else in the company.
Absolutely, it's a clear reminder of the consequences of unethical behavior.
Exactly. Hopefully, it deters anyone else from trying something similar.
Let's hope so. Integrity is key in our line of work.